Okay, so a really quick video if you are thinking of changing your bump stops on the Kia Sorento. This is a 2010 2.2 automatic and it's a pretty simple job. All you need, well all I need, is a 13mm socket to take off the running boards before I can put the jack underneath, and then a 12mm socket to undo the old bump stop, a knife to cut the old bump stop because you won't get it out without cutting it, and then your new one to go in, and vice versa. So first of all, chop your wheels, make sure it's safe, crack your wheel nuts, okay, take off your running board, get it jacked up, put your axle stands underneath for safety, and get your wheel off. Okay, so let's make a start. It won't take long. So that's the running board off. Let's get the car jacked up. And while you're doing this, keep your eye. Hello dog. Hello darling. Keep your eye on your wheels to make sure that your chocks aren't moving and they're still holding onto the car tyre. And I only go up high enough just to the wheels off the ground. I had a wheel chock move. So right, okay, so that's up. What I'm going to do now is go and check them wheel chocks and make sure everything's okay with them. Okay, so now that's done. Let's get your wheel nuts. Bloody undone. I'll get that wheel off. And as always, this wheel goes under that car. Another bit of safety, there you see it, in case anything occurs or that drops. Right, so now that's wheelies off, what we're going to do is make sure everything's secure and then just put this under the car for safety. There we go. So I'm much safer and happier with that. So the old bump stop here, as you can see, is shot. It is knackered, and that's going to come off. And inside there, up underneath, through the centre, is a 12mm bolt. So this needs to be cut, okay? Because you will struggle to get the 12mm bolt out of there. So be careful you do not touch this brake line here, and then just cut straight through from here. With a sharp knife, you will need a sharp knife because this is tough rubber. Okay, here we go, we've got it. Yeah, okay. So that'll come out. So we've got that cut in half. Now take your 12mm socket with your extension and feed it up and inside there, and it'll grab onto that bolt. As you can see, you need hands bloody everywhere. There we go. Okay, do not lose that nut, that bolt, I mean, do not lose that bolt. Don't lose that. Okay, so fitting the new one, and that a couple of minutes. So fitting a new one is dead easy. Just take it off the cup that comes with it, attach the cup underneath using your little bolt. All I've done is just give it a bit of spray of that WD-40 equivalent and tighten it up. And then just tighten it up, don't over tighten it, that'll do. And then probably the hardest part is to feed it through the spring and just pop it up. So all I do with that is give it a bit of a squirt of WD through the gap. This is probably the hardest part of the job. Okay, so all I did was just sprayed it up with a bit of squirt, and then just pushed it in, and with the back end of a rubber mallet I just plopped it and squashed it through the spring. I didn't need to do that on the other side, which tells me that these springs are different, or one's compressed more than the other. So, and then just ease that up, ease it up into position, make sure it's in snug and firm, and you're done. That's it. Put it back together. So that's literally, without the camera, getting the camera set up, I would say this is a 10 to 15 minute job at the most. So that's it for the bump stop. It's an absolute doddle of a job. It's a 10 to 15 minute job at most. Make sure your safety things are in place, make sure that your axle stands are there and your wheel chocks are there. I don't like going under the car, I'll be honest with you, but I had to for this, just to get that little bit last in. And that's it. So it's an absolute doddle of a job. So if you think you can't do bump stops on a Kia Sorento, you really can, because you need a 12mm socket and a sharp knife, and that's it. Let's put it back together.